60 Minutes Overtime.
It's a kind of memory that's brand new to science, literally unheard of just a decade ago.
This week, 60 Minutes reports on a rare memory condition that allows some people to remember almost every day of their lives in extreme detail.
They get the day of the week, and then they start filling in what they did, what they felt, what their clothes felt like on their skin. They actually go back and relive the moment.
Leslie Stahl first reported on the condition 3 years ago.
Scientists tell us the potential is enormous, but the inquiry is just beginning.
Tell me about the ripple effect that happened after the story aired.
After the first story aired, there was a huge response, huge response.
New subjects were identified around the country, and
okay guys, here we go. Here's a full rehearsal.
A television drama in development about a memory wizard got the green light in Hollywood.
Another great one, and cut!
The writing and producing team behind the CBS show Unforgettable is Ed Redlick and John Belushi.
We came in to work on Monday morning and everybody was talking about the 60 Minutes, about people with perfect memory, particularly about Mary Lou Henner.
Henner, an actress, was featured in that first 60 Minutes story.
Delta Airline Flight 191 crashes near Dallas, Texas.
Oh, I know exactly when that happened because all of a sudden I was at my, it was August the 2nd of 1985. It was a Friday.
The Hollywood producers invited her to work on Unforgettable as a consultant. The actress, Poppy Montgomery, plays Carrie, a cop who uses her super memory to solve crimes.
I mean, thank God for your gift, or I wouldn't have a show.
In meeting Mary Lou and seeing what she can do, which is trippy because she can actually do it. She'll actually, you just throw out a date. So she'll go, December 19, 1987 was a Tuesday.
We looked it up, and December 19th was a Saturday. Most of us have to guess about these things, but Mary Lou knows.
Like these shoes, I wore them the first time I wore them October 18th, 2007.
She also knew when the producers made an error in the show's first episode.
Mary Lou was watching the rough cut of the pilot, and somehow, and I'm not totally sure how, we got a date and it wrong, and she stopped her DVD player at that moment.
And I went, no, it was a Friday.
It hit her so quickly that our character had said the wrong day from 1996 or God knows when.
I'm thinking, I had lunch with the Weislers, I had a white peppercorn soup.
They were cute about it, our writers. They were like, wow, we should have probably checked that on the internet.
Yeah.
I was like, you've got Mary Lou, you don't need the internet.
The producers say Mary Lou helps by explaining how someone with highly superior autobiographical memory, or HSAM, remembers differently from the rest of us.
When people are remembering something, they kind of do the memory position, which is they look down or they look up. And people who have HSAM don't. We scan, we scan back and forth.
So how do you show what a memory is? And we talked about it a lot. We also thought, wait a minute, when you have memories, you kind of are seeing yourself in the memory. And so that led us to the device that we use.
And action, and Carrie.
We call that traveler Carrie. It's Carrie seeing herself when she's 16 years old. So when Carrie travels into her own memory, it's when she's really, really, really struggling to see something that's dimly there that she barely remembers. And she has to go back and, in a sense, recreate the memory environment.
Reflection.
In this scene, the character travels back into her memory, as Mary Lou does, but she's looking for details to help her solve a murder.
And action.
It's not something that just comes to her, or even comes to her after a beat of trying to remember. It's something she has to search for.
And the hair. And then the reflection. What's that? Didn't notice that before. Realization.
You're right.
That was great. And cut.
In another episode, the producers modeled a scene after the 60 Minutes story, when a researcher tested the group's super memories.
A 7.1 earthquake hit the San Francisco-Oakland area on
October 17th, 1989.
Tuesday.
I remember we were watching the game of the World Series. It was like, oh my God.
And here's the dramatized version.
March 6th, 1997.
Dale Parsons.
Thursday.
I just read an article how they're getting record prices at auction houses for art.
$68.9 million for a Van Gogh.
And when it came time to cast a TV reporter in the first season of Unforgettable, the producers knew who to call.
I was in it.
You were in the show. Tell me about that.
They just asked me if I wanted to play a reporter in one of their episodes, and I said, sure.
Leslie, Bingham's first concern is, and always has been, the health and safety of the consumer.
I interviewed, I think it may have been a witness in a case.
Well, then why did it take a lawsuit
For these risks to come to light.
Leslie, I'd have to...
All right, enough of this.